Hey guys. Hey Leaf. Hey Selena. Hey Trudy. And Z-Book. I love you guys for watching all my vids. I could use some hope today. I need some hope. Anybody that watches this video, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Give me some hope that I'll one day reach 1,000 subscribers. And this is the D. Louise book series, by the way, and we talk books. No special effects, no theme music, none of that fancy mancy stuff going on here. And I was just one of the other channels that I subscribe to. Smokey. She always does cute stuff off camera, never on camera. And my house is a disaster, so I can't show. One of these other channels constantly lies to people, but people watch it because it gives them hope. False hope, but it gives them hope. So hey, give me some hope. I hope I give you some hope too. These books are still good. These books are still around. You can still get these books, these series, these authors are still writing. They're still out there. These series are growing. If you haven't seen a series before, it's a good chance to find out what happened early on in the series, if it's an ongoing series. So this is June 2015. We've got a year left in Romantic Times. And I'm thinking, I'll have to write this down. I'll probably forget. A best of, every year in the January, February issue of the magazine, they would publish their winners for the best of each different category. So maybe I'll do that for a couple weeks before I move on to the next section. So this is June 2015. We always start with the Regency. Oh, look. Viewers' Choice Awards. See? So maybe we'll do a section on that. So anyways, let's get started. We always start with Regency. And I love the articles in here. Maybe we should show some articles at the end if I have a voice left. We always start with Regency. We always end with either Harlequin or Erotica. And Miss Balo, if you are someone in love, or simply in love, or only in love, or only, go check Miss Balo out. This got 4.5 stars, and most of the books I do in this series are 4.5 stars. And this is a top pick. Balo reaches deep into readers' soul with each installment of the Survivors Club. The power of love and friendship is at the heart of each novel. Balo crafts a beautiful, touching romance. This marriage of convenience love story has all the right touches, and the maturity of the characters is woven perfectly into the storyline or plotline. When Ralph Stockwood arrogantly rode off to war, he had no idea that he would return wounded, and his friends would not return at all. He spent years healing and is now ready to face the world. Once Chloe Muirhead's brother was Ralph's friend, but as a pacifist he stayed behind, called a coward by Ralph. Chloe can never forgive Ralph for his betrayal. Yet a friendship blossoms between them. When Ralph needs a wife, Chloe suggests he marry her. With his grandfather's death, Ralph assumes the title and realizes he needs Chloe more and more, and not just in his bed. And not just for that air and spare. If you've seen my early videos, they're out there. Can you believe? I know you haven't seen some of them yet, but I have completed almost 2,000 videos. And no one is watching my channel. But if you go back and watch a couple of my early videos in the kitchen. One of the first ones we do is the Mallorys versus the Bridgertons, because they were two short series. The series that kills them both is the Sinsters. Now, Netflix or HBO or just a regular channel should do the Sinsters, because the Sinsters go on for a really long time. The main character in book 1 is a backup character in book 2, just like J.L. Ward's. And the series goes. And we're doing them on Saturdays if you want to learn about the Sinsters, the Bastion Club, the Black Cobra Club, Sinsters, Black Cobra, the Bastion Club, and there's another one, and the Adventures Quartet. We go through them all. We'll finish at Christmas, and then at Christmas we're gonna start my beloved J.D. Robb again. So anyway, we talked Mallory's, but she did, on occasion, disappointingly, I'm serious, I was such a Mallory fan, and all I wanted was Mallory books, that when she came out with something else, I bought it. But I wasn't happy because I wanted a Mallory book. That's all I wanted was a Mallory book. Wildfire in His Arms, 4.5 stars, 1800 American West. If readers need to remember why they are Lindsay fans, she delivers every reason in the spin-off of One Heart to Win. She incorporates her signature captor plotline with sassy dialogue, plenty of verbal sparring, lots of heat, and a bit of humor. That's 4.5 stars, by the way. Deegan Grant needs to bring 3 outlaws to justice, which should be simple for a man everyone fears. Everyone except Max Dawson. Dagan captures Max easily, but keeping the wily outlaw is another problem. Until Dagan discovers Max is Maxine. He's set to bring her in, but Max puts up a fight, proclaiming her innocence. Dagan and Max cross the country, hunting down bandits and coming to grips with their mutual attraction. Wondering where you went. Elizabeth Hoyt, Dearest Rogue. She's on every page of this issue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of my, I was watching she's got the whole line. One of my, and we're gonna do some of these other ladies too. But I was watching one of my videos the other day, and I was like, there you go. There you go. And I'm like, I need to show that picture just a little extra longer. I need to show that book just a little extra longer so people can actually see it. So anyways, it's the lady in blue here. And she's also the whole bottom of the page. It's a series. I'm a series person. I like series. Ah, 4.5 stars. Hoyt takes an unlikely pair of characters and through the magic of her storytelling tells them into a perfect couple. Add danger, a colorful backdrop, and a fairy tale that mimics their love story and you have a read to remember. Lady Phoebe Batten is almost completely blind, but like any young woman, she craves a life of love and laughter. Her overprotective brother has hired a bodyguard to keep her safe from his enemies. Captain James Trevelyan may be an old soldier, but he is determined to guard Phoebe with his life. Phoebe may be annoyed with her protector, but when she becomes the target of kidnappers, James risks his life to rescue her. And love ensues. And we were just talking about this lady. We were just talking about our Sinsters. This is one of the offshoots. The kids. A match from Marcus Sinster, 4 stars. A new generation of Sinsters takes up the reins, and Lawrence introduces a fresh perspective on the family. Though, though, though slower than previous series entries, there are passionate and heated love scenes, as well as deep conversations and quiet understanding. Marcus Sinster trusts in fate and believes that his destiny tied to Neva Carrick following her brother's tragic death. The weight of the clan's future lies in Neva's shoulders. When the men begin vying for her attention, she needs to protect her and asks Marcus for help. And obviously, they fall in love. Oh, I am freezing. Um, I don't. Two books that I ordered did not arrive. One of them is one of my favorite authors, Lorna Barrett. It didn't show up, and I don't think this one showed up. Ah, shoot. Let me just take a look here. You know, I have keep saying that I will put these in order, and I don't. So we will come back to that book. But I thought, wait a second, where is it? I just saw it. Oh, no, that's not that one. Um, oh, this one. I thought this was. Oh, it's in the next one. Okay. All right. If I come. Oh, there it is. I should really pack these better. Okay, now I lost my place. See? Um, Now we know why we don't have subscribers, because I can't keep people entertained like those other people can. Barbara Kyle, Trader's Daughter, historical fiction, 4 stars. Kyle creates a tout thriller where family loyalty and patriotism collide. Kyle's style of prose, with its quick narrative and fast-moving events, keeps readers hooked. Kate and her husband Owen work for Queen. Kate awaits her husband's release from prison, where, posing as a Catholic supporter, he has been gathering information about a plot against Elizabeth. After a brief reunion, Owen is sent undercover into a nobleman's home to expose a traitor, while Kate, an expert decoder, sets to work on cracking a cipher. Then Kate receives a letter explaining that her brother Robert has returned to England from exile. But is he an ally or an enemy? We shall see. Alright, on to mainstream fiction. Mary Kate Andrews. This woman's been around forever. Beach Town. 4.5 stars, a top pick. Could Beachtown be the summer beach read of the year? Featuring a bevy of memorable characters as well as Andrew's attention to detail and distinct wit. Along with a proven summer beach read track record, it could very well be. Andrews has penned another entertaining southern romantic romp, sure to be certified hit. As a movie location scout, Greer Hennessy believes that she has found the perfect location for the upcoming movie Beachtown, in the sleepy Florida panhandle town of Cypress Key. However, everything that could go wrong on a movie set does, starting with the mayor Eben, who is determined to save the town's abandoned community casino from being destroyed in the film's dramatic climax. Greer and Ebb might butt heads on professional level, but there's no mistaking the simmering chemistry between them. See what happens there. Meg Cabot, The Royal Wedding. Cabot's 4.5 stars. Cabot's story is delightful as always. Her characters are extremely well developed. Mia is charming and quirky as always. Michael is loving but not sickeningly sweet. And Mia's grandmother comes across as charming in quite a zany way. After her father is arrested for reckless driving in New York City and the paparazzi wonder why she's not yet engaged, Princess Mia of Giovanni finds herself whisked to the Caribbean island and proposed to by her boyfriend, future Prince Consort Michael Masco. But the surprises don't end there. She soon learns about a royal sister she never knew she had. Interesting. Blueprints. Barbara Delinsky. 4.5 stars. Delinsky's moving story is filled with love, loss, betrayal, and passion. Readers will share the high and lows experienced by the characters. Caroline McPhee found her niche as a host of Gutted, a family-based construction TV show headlined by the women of McPhee homes. When Caroline is told she's being replaced as the host, she's devastated to learn producers want her daughter to step in as the lead. The resulting rift shatters their close relationship at a time when they need each other. Jamie's life changes overnight when her father and his new wife die in a car accident, leaving Jamie guardian of their 2-year-old son. Jamie's well-organized life flies out the window, replaced by a toddler who misses his parents. Yes. Smokey! Come over here! She's walking around crying like crazy. Kirsten March, Family Trees. And I should have picked that other one up. There was another one. And I was going to do matching titles. But anyway. Family Trees. What? Are you coming over here? Are you gonna come over here? Come over here. Where you going? Where you going? Smokey. Mommy can't see if you're sitting directly behind her chair. Come here. Fine. Alright, where was I? Kristen March, 4 stars. A wonderful debut novel with adorable but struggling characters. Shelby Myers is content with life. She adores her grandparents and their beautiful apple orchard. She is in awe of the power and beauty of Lake Superior. She doesn't need the fame and fortune her absent mother craves. When she has a chance encounter with Ryan Chambers, a wealthy businessman, he opens her eyes to the possibility of changing her future. Ryan is trying to break free of the family business to pursue his passion of photography. His father presents a roadblock, but Ryan is determined to make his dreams come true, no matter what. Shelby and Ryan have something special, and they want to achieve it together. So let them do that. Okay? The Cake Therapist. Yeah, like we need those calories. Judith Fertig, 4 stars. In this gem of a book, Fertig serves up a multi-layered story of family and love lost and found. Claire Neely O'Neill comes back to her hometown after her marriage to football star husband crumbles. She opens up a bakery specializing in wedding cakes and other delicious pastries. Neely can feel the sorrows and joy of those who visit her and can use cake flavors to help them heal. There's another lady that um sews to help people heal. What? One of the paranormal ones. She sews. We did one of her once. I have to. Yes, the ultimate betrayal. Kimberly Lawson Roby. There she is, behind my leaning tower of Pisa books. The ultimate betrayal. Roby hits the jackpot again in this ultimate betrayal with Alicia Black. We are quickly drawn into the drama of Alicia being torn between two lovers. Alicia remarries Philip in gratitude for his forgiveness, while Melanie forgives her husband Brad for blowing thousands on stock trading. Levi's release from prison poses a serious test to Alicia's faithfulness. She's sick in love and needs God's help. I hope he helps her. Summers and Mary Alice Monroe. 4.5 stars. Within the beautiful setting of the South Carolina Low Country, Monroe continues the journey of 3 half-sisters who are living full circle, specifically the younger sister, Harper. Harper immured James' time on Sullivan Island with her grandmother, Mima, and her 2 half-sisters, Carson and Adora, has life-changing. She discovered herself along with her special talent of writing, completed a book. She gets to discover love when Marine veteran Taylor McLean steps into Seabreeze, her family's home. Okay. On to Inspirational. A simple prayer. Clipson, 4.5 stars. Clipson brings engaging series to an end with 2 emotional family reunions, a prodigal son parable, a sweet, hard-won romance, and a happy ending for characters readers have grown to love. Aaron's return to paradise brings joy to his parents, but his older brother harbors a vicious resentment. Over the years, he was a faithful son while Aaron was gone. While Aaron wrestles with Solomon's rejection, his friendship with Linda, who struggles with self-esteem issues and believes she is unworthy of love, the two find themselves falling in love as they support each other's efforts. Oh, where did I see this? It's in this pile. Where's my... I should be writing this stuff down. Ouch. 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 I just saw it. You come up here. I just saw it. Oh, here it is. A blessing from Miriam. Jerry S. Aisha, 4.5 stars. Fine writing and realistic emotional detail will draw readers in, hold their interest as the intensity of Miriam surely struggles to overcome obstacles to maturity and romantic fulfillment reach compelling heights. Miriam's happiness at her engagement to Wayne is almost enough to quiet the concern she has over being wanted for inheritance alone. Meanwhile, her sister Shelley acknowledges the part of her affection for Jonas is based on his family's wealth. I don't get it. But if they're sisters, don't they both share the wealth? Uh, let's, Siren's Fury. That really doesn't look like an inspirational book to me. Looks like a sci-fi book to me. It is. It's a fantasy young adult book. So what does it do? This dark fantasy moves at breathtaking pace, keeping readers engaged from page 2 to the very end. Weber creates disturbing visions that will satisfy horror fans while considering the dangers of power without compassion. Upending Nim's life with another cliffhanger. Nim is determined to save Egan for completely consumed by Dwarf. Time is not on her side, so in spite of Raph's warning, she puts her life on the line to get the chance to gain control she needs to protect the countless innocents. Is that inspirational? I don't know. Um, I saw this. Hmm. I know I saw it. Hmm. Oh, there it is. It's right in front of my face. Okay. Desperate Measures. Sandra Orchid. 4 stars. This third installment of Orchid's Part Asher series is the best read in order. This is a nice blend of mystery and romance. Kate Adams has a secret greenhouse in her home where she keeps the medicinal plant Amethyst, which she believes is responsible for tearing her family apart. The plant almost cost her father his life. As a result, Detective Tom Parker sent her father into hiding. She wants to determine what is so special about Amadeus that a pharmaceutical company would burn down a remote Caribbean village in order to control supply of this plant. When her friend Patty is poisoned, Kate learns that Patty has a connection to the plant as well. See what happens there. Um, and our last, 54. Shadows of Ladenbrook Manor, Melody Dobson, 4 stars. Dobson's latest is a splendid combination of the past and present, skillfully woven together with an interesting mystery. After her father's death, Heather Toulson travels to England to prepare the family home for sale. The cottage right next to the abandoned Ladenbrook Manor, which holds both memories and heartache for her. As she is reunited with her past love, Christopher, they form a friendship and begin to research her family and the mysterious ties to the manor next door and its inhabitants. Sounds interesting. All right, let's move on to sci-fi. See if I can. Um, Gospel of Loki. 4.5 stars, the top pick. Harris takes her love of Norse mythology and turns it into one of the most entertaining first-person narrative reads in year. Those only familiar with the Marvel comic versions of Loki may be thrown at first, trying to reconcile the two stories, but Loki's engaging voice and apparent self-depreciation make even a complicated origin story feel like a breeze. Not since Anne Rice's Lestat has there been a narrative so enthralling. So we'll see. Loki, the mythological trickster god of Norse mythology, tells the story. I'm serious. The 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 critical review is longer than the actual plot. Um, Mercedes Lackey. Uh, this lady haunts the bookshop right now. Somebody gave us everything this woman ever wrote. Mercedes Lackey from a high tower. 4.5 stars. When you think Mercedes Lackey, you may not initially think of German fairy tales. You definitely don't think of American westerns. From a High Tower brings both of those genres together with her particular kind of magic, though in what is surprisingly delightful retelling of Rapunzel. Ah! So it's Rapunzel. Bartered before she was born, Giselle was the sacrifice her father made to allow the rest of the family to eat. As the young air magician grew, she eventually did not even have her foster mother to take care of her, and so Giselle became Gunther. It was easier to travel safely as a boy. Okay. And I guess you'll have to read the book for the end. I don't get it. Um, let's see. Oh, you marked it as here. Oh. Terry Brooks. Defender. The Darling Child. The Darkling Child. 4 stars. In the second installment in the Defenders of Shanna series, Brooke keeps the magic going. Readers familiar with his works will not be disappointed, and neither will new readers who will quickly be enthralled by the action, which begins almost immediately. As the characters are faced with various dangers, they are forced to adapt in ways both good and bad that will shock readers and intensify the suspense. Paxson Lee, the High Druid's blade, is forced to cope with extreme changes in his life. Meanwhile, Afinglow and Race of the Druid Order has declared that her life is ending, so his successor Latern is to learn how to serve as leader of the Druids. In the midst of these changes in the Druid Order, the evil twist sorcerer Arkham makes plans to avenge the community of pirates who harbored him, a community decimated by the Federation government. Akin enlists the help of Ray French, a young boy with the use of a rare wish-song magic to complete his plans that will have a much greater impact than either the Druids or the Ryan could have imagined. Hmm. Don't know. Um, the Briar Queen, which is my computer. 4 stars. Second in the Night and Nothing series, the sequel to 2004's Dawn Jack builds on the first novel's foundation, drawing the reader further into the terrible world of the fair folk. Seraphina Sullivan freed Jack from his fairy queen of shadows, fatal, which meant vanquishing Raiko and her inner circle. But with Raiko gone, other far worse fae folk are free to exploit the sudden power vacuum. Okay. Out of all the sections in this magazine, the only section that does not have an index is the teen section. It never has an index, and I'm always wondered why, but it's never had an index. This lady I met, and I don't mean met her in person. I mean, I met her books. Because the first two in the Shopaholic series were so funny. Now, I am not a contemporary romance person, but the first two books in the Shopaholic, the third, I just lost it after, I just stopped reading them. But the first two, especially the first one, and that has to be really good for me to read the entire book, and 2, to go to a second one. But they were funny. They were hysterical. So anyways, let me just find this now. Finding Audrey. 4 stars. Kinslay's foray into young adult is a welcome, especially after she tackles some heavier subject matter. It's a quick and engaging read with an interesting protagonist. Audrey's family is a domestic crisis mode. Her father can't seem to stop playing computer games. Her mother can't seem to get off Frank's back. All while Audrey is dealing with debilitating depression, seemingly content staying home and avoiding eye contact with anyone around her. Audrey's condition starts improving with the appearance of Frank's gaming partner, Limus. Suddenly, she finds herself wanting to communicate with him, and he helps her come out of her shell. Okay. And a lady that occupies over there, because it starts with A. We're alphabetical by author. And she turns out to be 2 people. Jennifer Armentrout and then Jennifer L. Armentrout. There's 2 different people. And I'm telling you, that L had me going for a while because I was just so used to regular Jennifer. 4 stars. Amatron's latest new adult offering tackles substance abuse and mental illness, and thankfully the love of a good man is not going to be what heals this heroine. Andrea hates being alone, so she drinks too much and hooks up with a guy she doesn't know or even like. A week-long retreat with her best friend Sid, her boyfriend Kyle, and the crazy, hot yet aggravating Tanner isn't exactly up her alley, but it's better than sitting in her apartment solo. While away, Andrea's flirtation with Tanner sparks real attraction, but when things go away, she turns back to the bottle with disastrous results. All right. And let's move on to mystery. And like I said, I'm just gonna do this one first. I love Angelica Reseda. I love Trisha Miles and Haven't Got a Clue. Bookshop and Trixie and all the characters there. So we're just gonna do this one first because it didn't show up in time for the review. I ordered it and it hasn't shown up yet. I'm in the middle of collecting them all, but I am reviewing them all on my channel as they come out. Fatal Chapter, Lorna Barrett, 4 stars. The Booktown mysteries continue with this death of a local man with a shady past. Trisha pieces together the clues in this nicely crafted mystery that ramps up the fear as a menacing figure stalks picturesque scenery. When Trisha encounters an unconscious person in the town's gazebo, she's shocked to see it is Pete Rehnquist, the president of the Stoneham Historical Society. Pete mutters a cryptic phrase before being taken to the hospital where he dies. The police determine that Pete was murdered by an overdose administered by someone else. Who wants to murder him and why? Trisha has to figure it out. She also has to learn about Angelica, Resita, and all the additional family members. They're just awesome. Alright, this is a series that I am considering reading. I started gathering the books and then I was like, nah. Because he's a game warden. There's 2 game wardens that I know of, and I'm thinking of doing an if-then for game wardens. But as far as I know, there's just the 2. There may be more. If anybody knows more of CJ Box and this guy, Paul Doran. The books sound good, and I've tempted myself to start reading them, but the game warden thing really bothers me. I don't want to have to deal with injured animals at all. So this is The Precipice. 4.5 stars. Doran's series keeps getting better and better with each book, and this is no exception. It got 4.5 stars. He paints a vivid picture of culture surrounding the Appalachian Trail. The inevitable culture clashes between hikers and the small towns that rely on tourism while representing the commercialization create the perfect backdrop and a large pool of potential suspects. When 2 women go missing along the Appalachian Trail, 100-mile wilderness, game warden Mike Bowditch cuts his weekend getaway with his girlfriend Short to join the search. As the search goes on and then concludes, Mike discovers there's so much more going on along the AT than he knew about. Alright, another series that we are doing on this channel because I like it so much. Kate Carlisle, ripped from the pages. 4.5 stars. Carlisle takes readers on a journey that spans 70 years. The story that she paints of Treasures, Brooklyn, and Derek is intriguing and mysterious. And they were guest stars in another book. Oh, Lindsay's book. Shoot, I forget the author. The Lindsay and Sully and Beth, and I remember all the characters, but not the author. Isn't that embarrassing? Brooklyn Wainwright, she restores book. She restores Old's book. And is she married to him yet in this one? I can't tell. But they eventually do get married. Brooklyn Wainwright and Derek Stone take off to her parents' house where their apartment is being renovated. Yeah, they're married. While visiting, they decide to attend the excavation of a wine cave at the local vineyard with her father and brothers. Oh! This is going to be on the channel. This is going to be one of the ones I reviewed on the channel. There's going to be a review right here because I did this one for the channel. I actually read this. So there's got to be a review out there on with this book. I remember this and that priest guy. While visiting, they decide to attend the excavation of a wine cave at the local vineyard where her fathers and brothers work. During the excavation, a room was discovered as well as a body. Yeah, and the room was set up like an office or something, I forget. But this was done for the channel. I've done this for the channel, so you can see that on this channel. If you want to learn more about that book, there's a review out there by me. What Lies Behind, J.T. Ellison. Ellison keeps getting better and better. This new addition to her Dr. Samantha Owens series further develops the ensemble of complex characters who play off each other nicely. Leaving her medical examiner position, Dr. Samantha Owens is teaching forensic medicine at Georgetown and working for the FBI. Sam wakes in the night to sirens and flashing lights. Shortly thereafter, homicide detective Darren Fletcher asks her to look at the crime scene. They discover a staged crime scene and vitals of virulent diseases. One of the victims was an undercover FBI agent. Assassins are taking out all of her recent contacts. Oops. So I guess they don't want people to talk to her. And if they talk to her, they'll end up dead. Is that the story there? Uh, Death in Salem. Four and a half stars. This historical mystery set in the late 1700s is skillfully crafted, combining the elements of the former Revolutionary War soldier turned sleuth and the robust village of Salem, with its shipping and trade industries, secret tunnels, brothels, and taverns. The year is 1796. Traveling weaver Will Reese is visiting Salem, Mass. To buy his wife a nice imported silk cloth to adorn her dresses. While in town, Reese runs into a funeral procession and his old friend Twig, who is the undertaker. Reese learns that the deceased, Annis Broth, was married to a successful merchant and has been very ill before her death. Reese finds Jacob Booth to be an affable and honest gentleman and is dismayed when Mr. Booth is murdered the next day. Twig's lady friend is charged with murder. Twig convinces Reese to stay in town to help solve the case. Um, I think this lady has shown up on one of the cozies, one of the knitting ones. Pearl Up and Die. The latest knitting mystery tells the intriguing tale of a young woman who ruins lives with her vengeful accusations. The story could be ripped from the headlines, and Kelly's intelligent sleuth unravels the clues and motivations behind the crimes. The temperatures are sweltering in Fort Connor, Colorado. Kelly's busy with her accounting clients' softball games and sitting in on her friend Barb's knitting class. Barb becomes distraught when her son Tommy is accused of assault at the clinic where he is completing his residency. When Kelly learns of a similar case involving a college professor whose life was ruined by false accusations, she's determined to help Tommy and is surprised by how the two cases are related. She's got to save him. Um, I just saw this. I just saw it. It's just weird. Never seen. Have you seen a hashtag in a title before? The unidentified woman, number 15, 4 stars. Mackenzie's latest case literally drops in front of him in the newest mystery. Knowledge of the previous books is not necessary in this quick and engaging tale. It's rare that cliches like amnesia and the cop turned PI story are morphed into a story that seems original. While driving one evening in a nasty blizzard, Mackenzie watches as a truck pulls out and drops a body right in front of his car. He's able to swerve and rescues the woman. While she regains consciousness in the hospital, she has no memory of who she is or why someone would want to kill her, and he's got to figure it out. Um, okay, moving on to suspense. Spiraled. Kendra Elliott, 4.5 stars, a top pick. You will be hooked from page one as you dive into Elliott's third Callahan and McLean edition. If you're a lover of thrilling romances accompanied by suspenseful situations that are bound to send shivers down your spine, then this novel is for you. The terrible news of mass shootings travels across Oregon as shooters commit murder-suicides all over town. FBI Special Agent Ava McLean gets stuck in the crossfire at the mall with a wounded teen and thankfully escapes without harm. As the officials race to solve the case, it's not easy as they thought. Detective Mason Callahan, Ava's boyfriend, becomes obsessed with finding the culprit behind the attacks of innocent citizens. And to make things a little more complex, Ava's neurotic twin sister arrives, and the stress of everything happening all at once takes a toll on her. See what happens. Uh, Midnight Captive. 4.5 stars. Complicated loyalties in various forms are on display in the new chapter of Kennedy's outstanding Killer Instinct series. Former CIA agent turned assassin Bailey Jones can't believe her eyes when, during a live TV broadcast, she recognizes Morgan mercenary Sean Riley amongst a masked team of robbers holding up a Dublin bank. Although Bailey is still angry with Sean over their one night of passion when he pretended to be his twin Ollie, Bailey races to Dublin with the other Morgan team members to find out what's going on. Ah, we shall see. We shall see. Um, and a lady that this turned out to be a long series. It was, I think she was only doing 3 or 4, and I think there's 8 or 10 of them in there now. I have to check. I've got about 6 of them. Against the Tide, 4 stars. Martin's latest novel leaves readers breathless and absorbing combinations of mystery and romance. Though this is the third in the exciting Brodies of Alaska series, new readers can jump right in. Third! There's like Against the Wind and Against the Sun and there's a whole bunch of Against. Liv Chandler escaped a dangerous past, but it could be catching up to her as a man in her small town has turned up dead. The police haven't been able to help her, but one regularly handsome man makes her feel safe. Charter boat Captain Rafe Brody. Rafe is captivated by Liz and the secrets she keeps. Even in the remote town of Valdez, Alaska, Liz fears something is coming for her that she can't see. Hey, at least he's got clothes on. I could do a naked guy on the cover if then every week. There were so many. Why do they forever put naked guys on the cover? Is it not going to sell? Should we do a thumbnail with a naked somebody on the cover? Would that get people to look at my videos if I put naked guys on my thumbnail? Um, Back to you, Lauren Dane. Oh, look, naked guy on the cover. 4.5 stars. Each tale in the Hurley Boys series has been memorable, but this third installment is something special indeed. Keeping her plotline free of outside complications or distractions, Dane tells a story about what true love and forgiveness really means. Von Hurley always knew that he was to blame for the collapse of his marriage. He was too young and too stupid to realize what he had lost, and too willing to use his rock star status to forget his pain. But when he learns that his ex-wife Kelly is engaged to another man, Vaughn realizes it's now or never. See what happens. Hold on a second. And Cherry Lane, Michelle Ellers. 4.5 stars. This return to Kavanaugh Island is a whirlwind trip that brings readers up to speed on beloved characters. The speed with which the new residents fall in love and marry is not particularly realistic, but that's half the fun. Devin Gilmore, who is Keaton's Grace lawyer, is ready to embrace her pregnancy and make a change. Could that include relocating to Kavanaugh Island? Devin is not prepared to rely on anyone but herself, but when she meets Charleston lawyer Daniel Sullivan, she finds someone who can tear down those walls she built without too much effort. Excuse me? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come over here. Come here. We have a visitor. Ah. He is also making a move to the island to open his own law office, and they bound immediately. They've both been successful and both still manage to perform pro bono work that matters. So that's good. Shall we move on? Shall we move on to romance? Oh, wait a minute. We did romance. Oh, there's one more. There's one more over here. Do you like, where is she? Miss Daly? Daly? Is that her name? Nope, 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 nope. I'm missing Miss Daly. She's in the list somewhere. She's in the pile. She's in the pile. Alright, go on. She's in the pile. I know she's here. I just saw her. Just a thought I saw her. Must be imagining things. Girls! Oh, there she is. She's at the bottom of the other pile. Smokey, what happened there, girls? Like, I know I just saw her. So there's two more. Texas Tough. 4 stars. Daly's latest in Tyler's of Texas series is riveting story, weaving together a sinister mystery and a spirited romance. The pacing keeps the excitement building until the very end. Sky Fletcher has never been able to chase heiress Lauren Prescott out of his heart, and now she's back in his life and needs his protection. Although she knows the strong and silent horse whisperer is the last thing she should want, he still inspires a fiery passion inside of her. Alright. Where is this other one? Oh. Alright. If you haven't done the Smokey, be good. Okay, you're gonna lay down. If you haven't done the McKettrick and the Stone Creek series, those I highly recommend. The McKettricks. I like my McKettricks. The Marriage Season. There's also the Marriage Charm, by the way, which I almost picked up by mistake. 4.5 stars. Linda Lale Miller. Miller delights readers with mischievous trio of besties, Haley, Melody, and Bex, and unquestionably for the best in the Brides of Bliss series so far. This time it's Tate and Beck's turn for love. The coming together of the two families was very well written, and the characters are fraught with humor and sexual tension. The three best friends decide to form a marriage pact. Two of the three have already found success in love and marriage, but Bex doesn't think she can be as fortunate. Her first love died years ago, and she doubts she'll ever have her own happily ever after, so she focuses on her career instead. Then single dad Tate Cadler and his two sons befriend Beck's nephew, and the two are brought together. Aww. There is love out there for everyone somewhere. And if not, get a puppy and a cat. I have a cat. Alright. On to paranormal. And if there's a lady that's going to harm her men lead actors, torture them, do horrible things to their minds, belittle them, lower their self-esteem, beat the effing app out of them, it's this woman. We will do the Dark Hunter series one day. We will read them all, if I can handle it mentally. Because there's a couple books in there that are over 1,000 pages. I always tell people, when you get to Ashon, the first time you read it, read the whole book. Then, if you're one of those people that loves your heart ripped out and wants to cry, read the whole thing again. But if you're one of those people that reads to escape real life, start with part 2. Skip part 1. We know what happens. We know how horrible his childhood was. A few months back, maybe even last year, it just stuck with me so much. Sherilyn she does a weekly video on Facebook and YouTube. So check that out. And she said she'd written, 5,000, 2,000 word torture scene. She said she knew that was overdoing it and she was going to cut it down for her readers. It's like, she just enjoys them so much. But anyways, then we have her other series, The League, which men are also tortured, but not that as bad as Ashon. If anybody was tortured, although there's a couple of characters in here. That guy, the first guy in the series, he had a horrible childhood too. Lean towards ashes. Born of Defiance, 4.5 stars. When everything in your world is based on lineage, being a bastard and an outcast makes life extremely challenging. Oh, and sometimes I point this out. This has got the good paper. That's how you know a publisher knew the book was going to sell well, because it's got the good paper. It's got the thicker paper in it. In the newest of Kenya's incomparable intense League books. And when you read these, you can't read them in published order, because you have to read them in book order. Because there's a massive, huge spoiler if you read them in published. You can't read them in published order. You can't read the Bourne series in published order. You gotta read them in series order or date order. Because there's a book that appears, the kids' book. And if you read the kids' book first and then the parents' book, there's no suspense, or you're spoiled. You're massively spoiled. I forget. I've got them fixed over there in the reading order, not the published order. You can't read these in the published order. You have to read them in the character date order. There's a whole difference. Especially with the kids book. Um, Sin's kid or the other guy's Kirk. No, wait, he's a girl. Um, yeah, you have to read them in character order. Um, so born the son of an outcast, Talon Baylor has fought his way literally to the top of the Andarian Zeph, fighting championships to become as famous as the Iron Hammer. Talon also serves in military commander under in the military under a commander who hates and tortures him. The only way Talon can get female companionship is to buy the services of a companion. To avoid medical school, Felicia Arson is willing to sell her virginity as a companion. From the start, Talion and Felicia have a major connection, but their hope for happiness is threatened by members of the loyal family. China. It's one of the books you gotta. Born of Night, Born of Fire, Born of Ice, Born of Fury. But you can't read them in published order. You gotta read them in character order. Nailing Singh. She and I forget who the other lady's name. But they did. I don't like it, so I didn't read it. A lot of people loved it, but I didn't. A group of authors got together. I want to say late 90s, early 2000s, something like that. She was one. Alyssa Day was one, and there was a couple others that they took a series and they each wrote a book in the series. Let's see what. Jean Brooke. She doesn't have the other ones in here, but I know it was a whole series. Oh look, this. I like it when authors. Come on, lady. There you go. Look at all those characters. If a book has a tremendous amount of people and you're trying to figure out who they all are, I like when they put them here. But if you have to pay attention to this many characters, Shards of Hope, Nailing Singh, 4.5 stars. Over the course of her amazing Changeling series, Singh has not only been exploring relationships between protagonists, she's also been changing relationships between races. Finally, it's time for Arrow leader Aiden's story to be told. Arrow leader Aiden awakens in a dark cell, wounded with his psych abilities blocked. However, he is not alone, as Zira is there as well. But they know they must escape despite their severe injuries, but fleeing from the prison during a ferocious storm only exchanges one threat for another. Aiden and Zira's only hope may lie in finding the home of a local predatory changeling pack. With the dramatic societal changes occurring in the world, shadowing new enemies are arising. Lots of enemies out there. Lots of enemies. When darkness ends, 4.5 stars. Sadly, all good things must come to an end, and this 12th volume of Ivy's Outstanding Guardians of Eternity series is a deeply worthy and satisfying finale to what has been a whole lot of reading fun. After helping fellow clan chief Rake find his mate, Sin, the vampire clan chief of Ireland, is suddenly and unexpectedly transported back to his private lair. Transported with him is Fallon, a princess of Chatri. Neither are happy about it, but their concern grows when they learn they have been brought together by the Oracle Siler. Siler subjects that someone or something is tampering with the commission. All the members have been experiencing gaps of time, having an unseen force able to control entire commission could spell disaster for the world. Um, in the air tonight. 4 stars, Laurie Handelin. The resurfacing of dangerous witch hunting cult is the basis for a new paranormal series from the always entertaining Hanlon. After the ultimate sacrifice by her parents, 3 baby girls vanished centuries ago from a small Scottish village. Today, in modern day New Bergen, Wisconsin, the past and present are about to collide. In the mostly Scandinavian New Bergen, adapted Ray Larson's dark hair and eyes make her stand out. Another major quirk is Ray's ability to see and speak with ghosts. A school teacher, Ray, has learned to keep her abilities to herself, but the brutal murder of a woman is about to turn Ray's life upside down. New Orleans homicide detective Bobby Dassett heads to New Bergen when he learns about the brand burned into the murder victims. Bobby fears a serial killer has resurfaced. The Clockwork Crown, Beth Cato's Steampunk. If you haven't seen my Steampunk If Then, please go check out my Steampunk If Then. This sequel to Cato's amazing steampunk adventure, The Clockwork Dagger, has all the imagination, treachery, and non-stop thrills of the first. Magical healer Octavia Leader is both fleeing assassins and hunting for answers for regarding the transformation she appears to be undergoing. Although they survived an attempted assassin, Medusa Octavia and former Clockwork Dagger Alonzo Garrett are fleeing. Cascina trying to reach Mercia and the southern nations. Octavia hopes to find hidden information about the legendary tree and why Octavia's own healing powers seem to be growing. Well, that's good. We like more powers, especially healing. It'd be nice to heal the world. Alright, alright. You knew it was coming. You know how I feel about somebody. There she is. That's Mary down there, down yonder. There's 9 books. 10th should be coming out this year. We don't know yet. We haven't heard anything. But in the meantime, Miss Anita Blake is a vampire hunter who has abilities to raise the dead. And I've always said that for the first, you will find there are no other books like this that exist today. I have looked and looked and looked and looked and looked. I've been looking for 30 years. I have not found. Tanya Huff has there's 3 books in her series before the vampire goes off sideways. But and it was Blood Ties. It was on at 1:00. You can find it on YouTube. There is no other books where a woman is a detective or paranormal and works with a vampire. There are no other books where she works to solve a murder mystery in a vampire book. None. I've looked. And you will not find me reading the Cure ones either. She's trying to find a cure for it. I hate those. I absolutely hate those, and I will not touch those. I hate. Oh, she's experimenting to find a cure. No. No. So, anyways, like I've always told people, the first 9 books in the series, she's solving murder mysteries. She's working with the police. She's also working with the vampires. She can raise dead. She works with the Regional Preternatural Investigation Team. She also works at Animators Inc., Raising the Dead. helping people with court cases. I've always said if you like Edward, read Obsidian. If you don't like Edward, you can skip it. It's no big deal, but it's a big book if you want to read it. It's like 1,000 pages. After Obsidian, the books take a turn. You can read Narcissus in Chains, Cerulean Sins, Micah, and Incubus Dreams. Yeah. Incubus Beams is the climate. It brings a whole bunch of storylines together and finishes them off. After that point, Anita goes from hell no cement, because at the beginning Laura was going to kill John Claude off, but then John Claude was like, no, I'm sticking around. So you have to go watch my vampire episodes. I bring out my comic books, Guilty Pleasures, Circus of the Damned, and Lunatic. Laughing Corpse. No, Lunatic Cafe are all done in comics. The first three. And I have a poster of John Claude and in his white shirt with the fluffles. But after that, after Incubus Dreams, the books become more sexual. A lot more sexual. To the point that she's in bed with 20 different people. And she becomes poly and bisexual and has women in bed with her too, the whole 9 years. But anyways, she's one of the authors that I will buy regardless of what the rating is, regardless what it's about. It's an Anita book. I want it. And speaking of which, because the Mary book is coming out this year, we're not getting an Anita book till next year, maybe. And if we get one next year, there's a good chance it'll be a Jason book. She loves Jason books. She's done 2 already. 2 or 3. 2. Because she did the Blood Noir was a Jason book. And then the Jason book. But she brought up a Jason thing in the other book. She needs to finish that, and she wants to finish that before the marriage. So we've still got at least, probably won't see a marriage book till 2028, if at all. But anyways, like I said, I'm a sucker. I buy them all. If you look up there, I have the book and the audiobook to all of them. I was heavily into data entering. I compiled and transcribed genealogical books. I did 40 of them. If you want to check them all out, they're on heritagebooks.com. I had my own website for 20 years, and I canceled it because no one was watching. No one was in the beginning. When I first started my website, if I'd started it 10 years earlier, I would have been a blast. But Ancestry came along and Family Search came along, and that was the end of my website. In the beginning, I'm absolutely serious. My website was getting thousands upon thousands of views a day, more than me on my YouTube channel. But it was that hot and heavy. By the end, no one had visited the site 5, 6, 7 years. Maybe it got 1 visit out of all those years. So I finally terminated it. Because I was throwing away $300 a year on something that no one was. I wasn't even paying attention to it. I wasn't even updating it anymore because, like I said, Ancestry and Family Search was doing faster than I was. And I was involved in my books. And if I had done my books 10 years prior, they would have sold a little faster too, but they didn't. I just hit it at the wrong time. And then I did it too long. I never should have done those last 9 books. But I should have gotten a job during COVID. But anyways, I like my Anita Blake. So this got 4 stars, which is one of the last 2 only got 2 stars. Hamilton continues her. Oh, she works. I don't even think we see Zabrowski in this. Zabrowski and Dobbs. I'm saying it wrong. Anyway, Hamilton continues her return to form with Anita Blake's series, as the mystery is the central focus of the book, which makes for a satisfying read. While juggling plans for her impending wedding to John Clubb, her commitment ceremony to Micah and Nathaniel, as well as the emotional upkeep of the rest of her romantic relationship, Anita Blake is called in by the FBI to consult on a case. Someone is raising zombies and creating zombie porn. But these aren't your typical zombies. Their souls have been captured, making them fully aware while they are being forced to perform. Oh, I remember this. How did this get 4 stars? I remember this. Oh, good. And we did a reread. I did it. I did the books for the series. All right. Let me see if I can find these now. I don't think any of these. There is an historical in here. I'm almost positive there's no historical. Nocturne. Oh, there is it's inspired historical. This is an inspired. Is there a sticker on the? Okay. Let's just do these. Harlequin historical. Louise Allen. A rose from Major Flint. The words might come straight from Major Adam Flint's mouth, but they certainly don't describe the man who saved vulnerable Rose's life. Yes, Flint is illegitimate, a roughened soldier, an incorrigible rake, but Rose has never met a man so defined by honor. Page 105. Protecting the desert air. Richard the King Bakri has one last mess to clean up for his irresponsible younger brother, a pregnant mistress. Rahad wants to lose her, but something about the woman makes him want her. Sterling McRae has just lost her dearest friend and unborn child's father. Rather than flee from his ruthless brother, she runs straight into him, knowing she must protect her secrets at all costs. It's high drama in the Middle East includes exceptional and intense page turner. Hi. And I thought this was in here, but it wasn't. But I just thought I'd throw this out there. The Shadow of Revolution, Crown and Key. If it wasn't so dark at the top. As a fog descends, obscuring the gas lamps of Victorian London, werewolves prowl the shadows of black alleys, but they have infiltrated the inner circles of the upper crust society as well. Only a handful of special gifted practitioners are equipped to handle the beasts. Among them are the roguish Simon Archer, who conceals his powers as a spell-casting scribe behind the smooth veneer of dashing playboy. His layout mentor, Nick Baker, who prefers a good pub to thrilling heroics, and the self-possessed alchemist Kate, who is equally at home in a ballroom as she is on the battlefields. That sounds interesting. And that is the end of June 2015. Oops. Obsession. Your index, all your top picks. Oh, I didn't see this one. It probably wasn't in here. Let me see if it was in here. Just for the hell of it. No, it wasn't. Naked girl on the cover. If you could please hit the like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I could use all the help I could get. No one watches my channel. I have bad thumbnails, I've been told. and I need better titles. Excuse me, the title of my video is the title of the book I'm reading. Have a good one.